Alright, question 156. 8 raised to the x equals 4. So you can just take log base 8 of 4 equals x. Use your change of base. And you get 2/3, or 0.667. (157) 1/4 raised to the x equals 64. So you can just go right to the log. You can say log base 1/4 of 64 equals x. Then use your change of base. Log 64 over log 1/4. And that is -3. (158) 2/3 raised to the x equals 4/9. Well, 4/9 is 2/3 squared. And so if 2/3 to the x equals 2/3 to the 2, you know x has to equal 2. 159. Okay, you can bring this guy over and makes it a positive ln of 5. And then you can just take the log away, and you know that x has to equal 5. E to the x equals 4. Well, the equivalent statement is log base e of 4 equals x. And log base e of 4 is 1.3863. (161) ln of x equals -7. So the equivalent statement is you got base e raised to that power equals x. And so just e to the -7, which is approximately 0.0009, very small number. 162. Log base 5 of x equals -3. So the equivalent exponential is 5 to the -3 equals x, which is just 1 over 125, or 0.008. 163. Log x minus 2 equals 0. Alright, so log x subtract 2 equals 0. So you can bring the 2 over to the other side, and you get log x equals 2. And that just means 10 to the 2 equals x. So x is 100. 164. You get log base 4 of x equals log base 4 of 8 minus x. So you can take away the logs, and x equals 8 minus x. Add x to both sides, you get 2x equals 8, and x has to equal 4. 165. Log base 3 of x plus 4 equals log base 3 of 1 minus x. So x plus 4 equals 1 minus x. Add x to both sides and you get 2x on the left. Subtract 4, you get minus 3. Then divide by 2, you get minus 3/2. Okay, now a minus 3 halves, you might think, well, you can't plug a negative number into an exponent, into a log, but this is negative 1.5, okay? And negative 1.5 plus 4 is a positive 2.5. 1 minus a negative 1.5 is a positive 2.5. So you can plug a number into a log as long as when you calculate this part, it doesn't come up negative. Alright, 166, log base 5 of x minus 2 equals log base 5 of 3x plus 7. So you can take away the logs and set what's left equal to each other. Subtract x, subtract 7, divide by 2. Now here when you plug a negative 4.5 in there and subtract 2, that's a negative number. So this one has no real solution. It has an imaginary one, but we won't deal with imaginary numbers in this section. 167. Log base 7 of x minus 5 equals log base 7 of 6x. So they're both the same base, so you can just take the logs away. You can subtract an x and you get negative 5 equals 5x. Divide by 5 and you get negative 1 equals x. And when you plug a negative 1 in here, you get a negative number, same thing here, so you have to throw that out. There's no real solution. $169. I'm skipping 168. $169 says log base 3 of x minus 4 equals 2. Well, the equivalent statement is 3 to the second equals x minus 4. 3 to the second is just 9. So when you add 4 to both sides, you get x equals 13. $170. Log base 9 of x equals 1/2. So that means 9 raised to the 1/2 equals x. And 9 to the 1/2 is just 3. Now you might think, why isn't it plus or minus 3? Because this, I didn't put the 1/2 into the problem. The problem already had it there. If I introduce the square root into a problem, that's when you get your plus or minus. 173 says ln of x squared equals ln of 12 minus x. So since they're both the same base, you can just take away the logs and you get a quadratic here. You bring everything to one side and it factors to x plus 4, x minus 3. And setting each of those equal to 0, you get minus 4 and you get positive 3. Now when you plug in a minus 4 here, you actually get positive 16. You plug in a 3 here, you get a positive 9, so that's okay. And over here, no matter what number you plug in when you square it, it's going to be positive. So both of these are legitimate answers. 174. Log base 2 of x minus 5 equals 4. So 2 to the 4th equals x minus 5. And that's 16 equals x minus 5. So x has to equal 21 when you add 5 to both sides. $175. Log base 4 of x equals negative 3 over 2. So that means 4 raised to the negative 3 over 2 equals x. Now what is that? That's 1 over 4 to the positive 3 over 2. And 4 cubed is 64, and the square root of 64 is 8. So you get 1/8. Okay, 176. Log of x squared equals -4. So that means 10 to the -4 equals x squared. Well, 10 to the -4 is 1 over 10 to the positive 4, which is 1 over 10,000. When you take the square root of both sides, you get plus or minus 1 over 100. And both answers are acceptable because when you plug a negative or a positive in there and square it, it's positive. 178, we're not going to do 177. ln of -4 minus x plus ln of 3 equals ln of 2 minus x. Well, these two can come together as one log with multiplication. So you're multiplying the 3 times each of these and you get -12 minus 3x. The right side hasn't changed. And now you got two logs that are equal to each other. You can drop the logs. So you can add 4 to both sides, 4x to both sides. Subtract 2 from both sides. And then add 3 to both sides and you end up with 2x, sorry, not 3x. 2x, and divide by 2 and you get -7 equals x. And that works. If you plug -7x into here, you get -4 plus 7, or positive 3. 2 minus a -7 is 2 plus 7, or positive 9. So -7 is an acceptable answer. 179. ln of x plus ln of x plus 6 equals 1/2 ln of 9. Well, these two multiply together to give you ln of x squared plus 6x. And the 1/2 is goes into the power, and that's just the square root, so square root of 9 is 3. And now you can set these two equal to each other without the logs. You bring the 3 over. This does not factor. You have to do quadratic formula. And when you end up doing the quadratic formula, you end up getting x equals -3 plus 2 root 3, or -3 minus 2 root 3. This one gives you approximately 0.4641. This one gives you approximately -6.4641. And you got ln of x, and this guy won't accept a negative number. So this guy is your only answer. (180) log base 2 of x plus 7 plus log base 2 of x equals 3. You can combine those and write it as multiplication. You end up with x squared plus 7x equals 3. So that means 2 to the third equals x squared plus 7x, or 8 equals x squared plus 7x. When you bring the 8 over, you get 0 equals x squared plus 7x minus 8. It does factor to x minus 1, x plus 8, which is going to give you x equals 1, or x equals -8. And you got to throw the -8 out.